Hi everyone, this is my final metaphor, uh, and I decided to talk about tortillas, because who doesn't like tortillas, right? Um, so I learned that making tortillas actually is a lot like teaching. Actually learning and making tortillas is a lot like learning and teaching. So first we have three things: doctrines, there are eternal truths; principles, there are actions and guidelines; and tools, they are like the things that help us reach the goal that we want to reach. So since I was a kid, my mom taught me to make tortillas, and it was very frustrating sometimes, but I learned at the end. Now I know how to do it, and it's really nice, it's really enjoyable. But there are three things that are going to help us. Number one, the ingredients. This is the same thing as the doctrine. They will never change. They will still the same. The basic doctrines, the basic ingredients will never change. Number two, you have the recipe. If you want to be successful, you have to follow the recipe. And this is very important. But you can change a little bit, a couple things, that you can do your specialty, do whatever you want to do, but the basic recipe will still always the same. And at the end, the tool that you need, the most important tool, is your hands. If you use them correctly, you can make nice and tasty tortillas. So this is a lot like teaching, because you first have to learn how to make them and go through frustration and through that process. And at the end, you're gonna learn how to do it. It can be in the good way or the hard way, but you're gonna learn at the end. And only after you learn, you can teach, because you have been through the process. And then when your students are frustrated, you're gonna be empathetic with them, because you're gonna understand why they are frustrated. So we shouldn't teach things that we haven't learned. And the same way, I only teach how to make tortillas because I know how to make them, right? So we can do great things if we're ready for it. And we have a couple extra insights. The first one is from Elder Bednar. He says, let students ask the question, why? This is very important. This is one of my favorite things in this book, Increasing Learning. Because if we don't let the students ask the question, why, they will never learn the purpose of our teaching. It's just going to be like one more course that they have to take. And we don't like that. The same way that I eat tortillas and I make tortillas is because I know they're a necessity for me. I need to eat in order to live. So it's a necessity. And teaching, learning can be a necessity for them. And at the end, there is a quote by Maxine Green. She talks about being wide awake. So if we let students act by themselves, they're going to be wide awake in this world. And they're going to be able to improve and be better always. And they won't be dependent on someone to teach them, because they will learn by themselves. And this is one of my goals. I want the students to learn by themselves and do better for themselves. So this was my metaphor for this week. Thank you so much for watching.